I figured I'd just go kind of like freestyle because fuck it, why not? I'm getting paid to say whatever. Whatever. Man, I remember the days when I used to sit out on the block with the homies, man, out on the stoop. We'd reminisce about the days of... Wait, no, we didn't reminisce about anything because we were young and there was nothing to reminisce about. Let's see. I remember when you're like, girl, you're a fool. Some of you are like, fuck you, dude. Whatever. I remember. That is, if I recall / recollect correctly. I remember the days when I used to rock Buster Brown's shoes, yeah. I was like, Mom, I don't want Buster Browns. Please don't buy me Buster Browns. Kids are going to laugh at me in school. And she was like, I don't fucking care. She didn't curse, even though she was a sailor. I'm the one with the sailor mouth, even though I wasn't in the Navy. I was like, you know what? It's my sworn duty to become a foul-mouthed motherfucker because my mother never cursed, and she was in the Navy for 20 plus years. So I was like, let me do that. I don't want my mom to do that shit. That's embarrassing for her. You're probably, someone out there is like, you're an embarrassment now for your mom. I'm like, that's totally your analysis and not the analysis of others necessarily. But, yeah. So I was like, Mom, why do I gotta wear Buster Browns? I don't like them. And she was like, well, your dad bought them and you're gonna wear them. And I was like, but I don't wanna. And they're like, but you're gonna. And I was like, okay, but I'm still not liking it. So I had Buster Browns, and then when I found out, like, that jeans were longer than they're supposed to be, I was like, Mom, it's the first day of school. Why I gotta wear Buster Browns and these really long jeans? And she's like, well, I have the solution for that. So she came over and rolled up my, like, jeans. I was like, Moms, that looks really strange. Like, why are they rolled up? She was like, well, son, these are known as high waters. I was like, high waters? This looks really weird, Mom. It just looks really weird and I don't like it. She's like, well, I don't care. In the future, I can hem your jeans. But today, you little fucker, you're going to go to school with some rolled up pant legs, jeans rolled up at the base. I was like, Moms. And she was like, shut the fuck up, little boy. You do as I say. I was like, okay, Moms. So I went to school with Buster Browns. There's actually a photo of it. And I had buck teeth too. Buck teeth, Bobby. Buck teeth, Bobby. With the Buster Browns in the rolled up jeans. Some might call them. Got a thing for a minute when I said high waters. And I was just like, man, living in the projects is the pits. But it became a fad. Not Buster Browns, but the high waters. Everyone was doing it. And I was like, oh, okay, well then I ain't such a funny boy all by my lonesome. But at first, it was kind of silly. And I was like, I feel like Silly Bobby. Silly Bobby with the buck teeth. Silly Bobby with the buck teeth and the rolled up high waters and the Buster Browns. It don't feel right. Something seems strange. My mom was like, son, we shop at JCPenney's because the time there was an S. It was JCPenney's. JCPenney? I don't know. Mandela effect. It's weird. Shit was different then. Whatever it is now, it wasn't then. And she was like, take it or leave it, son. Pretty much fuck off. She never spoke like that. I'm just making that shit up. Ha 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 ha. Hee hee. Really? This whole thing is just a prelude to my finished copy of DC Dinosaur Fossils. It's just a vocal warm-up. Is the past what it is? Woo-woo. Or is it not what it was? Is. So then Flash, Flash, he saved every one of us. Master of the universe. Or whatever, I don't know. I was thinking back when I did the American Hero shit. And I was like, dude, I fucked that shit up. That's not, after I recorded the blog, I was like, how does it go? It goes, is it me? Something, Greatest American Hero was dope. I love to show and tell. Because I'd go to school, kindergarten. Why do people say kindergarten? It's not a kidney garden. This shit's fucking weird, man. When people say that shit, I'm like, come on, dude, you're a grown-ass person. How you gonna say kidney garden? I mean, fucking, do you even know what the fuck you're saying? That's just so goddamn fucking weird. But anyway, the point is, I took a Lone Ranger face mask. I took some jeans from like JCPenney. We're gonna go to JCPenney's. Whatever it is now. Was it just JCPenney now? With some weird like orthographics? Because the Mandela effect did change it, and I haven't looked recently. It doesn't matter, system-wide changes and shit upgrades to the Dark City real world Matrix, like 13th floor. But at the time, man, I used to take like basically like a suitcase, and I'd have like all this like stuff from like superhero lore, and that was my show and tell. And I did like Spider-Man and like Black Spider-Man, even though I'm not really black, I'm just like tanned up sometimes depending on like weather conditions. And but I would go to school and I'd have like my show and tell shit. And I just remember, man, that there's a photo of my cousin Rizzo and I. We both have members only jackets with the little secret pocket inside, a little secret pocket where we'd hide like a little key. And my cousin Rizzo, he had the ruse where you could put like a little key and stuff like that. And Greatest American Hero was dope at the time. And I had like dreams of like receiving that like kit from the aliens, like that briefcase or the attaché case, like replete with all of the like wares and necessities like needed for like extraterrestrial on Earth type like transition to like superhero like abilities and skills. So like totally no BS. This is what I recall, and I know this is weird, and it's a little jaded and lilted and a little like scattered and fractured. But what I remember, because like I stayed up like because I had been seeing on TV channels programming that there was to be this new Greatest American Hero TV show. My mother made this big thing of popcorn in one of those big old like 60s going into the 70s like bowls. And we had our Kool-Aid and our like napkins with like water so we could like wipe off the like saline salt, like NaCl2, like fucking, is it NaCl2? The little salt and shit. And I was like, okay, Greatest American Heroes, the next biggest thing on TV. And so, like, we stayed up. We had our little, like, napkins and shit, to wipe off the salt. And, like, we had our big, like, pitcher, like, jug, Kool-Aid. We were jugging. And I think that means something now in the hood. But the point is when the movie came on, because it was, like, a movie, and then it turned into a TV show, all I remember is, like, there's some, like, Dorcas, blonde kid. I don't even know if he was blonde, but, like, in my mind's eye, he's, like, something about a beachfront, and he's this total, like, geek, fool, like, goofy, and something kind of like, if you haven't seen it, and I don't want to ruin it, but kind of like, what was that movie? Phenomenon with John Travolta. And you guys are probably like, those of you who remember how it played out, you're like, bro, that is not even fucking close to how the movie was. But keep in mind, I was like, I don't know, 5, 6 years old when this shit came out. So what I remember, and I know that it's totally not correct, and I'm on another device right now, looking it up right now. He, like, goes out for a night on the town, and then he's, like, happens to be on the beach, and there's, like, some flashing lights, and then it's, like, alien, like, intervention or whatever. And then, like, he wakes up the next day, and he's, like, one of those, like, beach, like, what do they call it? When you're, like, marooned on a beach. And, it's, like, a briefcase filled with some, what do they call those? Leotards and shit. You're probably like, bro, that's not even close to how it played out. It says 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb, 93%. Like this show, Google users, and then 8.2 from like TV.com. It says, while on a road trip through a desert, mild-mannered high school teacher Ralph Hinckley, temporarily changed to Ralph Hanley, for part of the season, one due to real-life current events, is greeted by extraterrestrials who present him with an extraordinary red flying suit. Okay. Kind of, sort of what I was saying, right? Okay, it says that he was going through the desert. I said he was on a beach, but whatever. Okay, so extraterrestrials present him with an extraordinary red fly. Oh, shit, man. This is just too rad. This fucking new generation of these auto-tune fucking jakes. I want to slap the shit out of them and punch them all in their stupid fucking faces. I just do. Put your guns down, man, and let's fucking fight hand-to-hand combat type shit, bro. Let me get a few fucking punches in, punch your fucking face up, you stupid auto fucking buffoons. Like the old school days, like when I grew up, when like fighting and like punching faces was like norm. It was like norm. Take your fucking guns off. I'll take my guns off. Okay, put them in a locker, lock that shit away. Let's go fucking toe to toe, man, in an octagon type shit, and let's just throw some punches and just like beat the shit out of each other. Fucking auto-tune fucking scums. Anyway, let me tell you about the real American hero that you fucking jakes know Nathan about. Anyway, some of you are like, come on, Grove, are you serious? This episode of C4CW, casting 495 celebrities worldwide, is about the greatest American hero? Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Why would it be about anything other than that? And this is 1981, so let me do the math. So, yeah, I was approximately that age. So these okay, and then it says, an extraordinary red flying suit that imbues him with uncanny powers. Learning of the suit, high-strung FBI agent Bill Maxwell, see, I don't even remember that shit, convinces Ralph to help him fight crime. Ralph's girlfriend, attorney Pam Davidson, also knows of his secret life as a superhero. See, if I could build a real time travel device, like, okay, so like, check it out. Let's say it was the end of the world. Were the end of the world. And the U.S. intelligence community, defense science community was like, I'm just saying, this is a fantasy. They were like, Grove, you have to go back in time and you have to stop thermonuclear war. And I'm like, why me? And they're just like, listen, motherfucker, just shut the fuck up and just play along. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, now, it's going to be extremely dangerous. And I'm like, right, time travel typically can involve some type of peril. And they're like, right, so this is an extremely hazardous operation. No one in mainstream society can ever know about this. We put a chip in your brain to track you if we can find you somewhere in time, wherever radio frequency identification exists. And you need to go back and you need to do whatever you can to prevent thermonuclear war. Here's the deal. You have to pick a time prior to now. Just don't worry about it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to you mathematically, but it has to be, say, pre-1983. Anytime after, say, 1960, and I don't know. And then you just sometime before the after the 1960s and before 1983, I'd be like, whatever, I'll go to 1981. I'll just go there and await further instructions, man. Oh my God, dude, this was the fucking era. I cannot fucking believe it only had 3 seasons. The thing about The Greatest American Hero, dude, was it was so dope. So, like, the lyrics, like, I remember them differently than they are. So it was like, this is what I remember. And then I'm going to look at the actual lyrics. It was like, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could live so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Something, it feels so good to be. And I said me, but I think it's free. I know, you're like, come on, Grove, dude, you can't sing. And that was just super awkward. So we're going to look up the actual lyrics. Come on, Sycamore. Greatest American Hero lyrics. Didn't get that. Try again. Okay. Well, fuck you, supercomputer. Fuck Sycamore. Oh, it says fuck you, supercomputer Sycamore. And then, of course, it's truncated. Because, you know, Google's weird. And it's like Future How Computer likes to play games with people knowing damn well that even before I made the request, it's like scanning my biorhythms. I'm just saying that's what Google does. It knows what you're thinking. Greatest American Hero lyrics. Let's get to it. Let's get it. Come on, Sycamore, you fucking piece of shit. Mountain View ass fucking medieval dinosaur fucking piece of shit computer. Google's probably like, how dare you insult us like that? Greatest American Hero lyrics. By the way, man, I was checking out some data, man. It's really interesting. Because I'm a video game kid. I'm a big kid at heart. And I was pleasantly surprised. I know some of you are like, Grove, that shit is old. Hat. Okay, Grover? Like, that's old hat. I'm like, look, I'm kind of a grandpa. Not a grandpa. I don't have any children. And I don't have any children. But I'm just saying, I'm like at the grandpa age. I saw there's like a remake of like Commodore 64, Activision, and Nintendo, and Sega, and all the old game systems. They've all come back. It's like Flashback 9. And then they have like even brand new Atari cartridge games. I'm like, what? They're probably like, well, you say you work in national security and you're like all enthralled about like a remake of Atari? Yeah, I am. I fucking am. Because imagine if there were no nuclear war. Imagine if we didn't have to travel back in time and sense, detect, deactivate, and disable all nuclear weapons on planet Earth, which we have to do. Imagine if we didn't have to do that. I'm just saying, like, humans have to do that at some point. Now, let's talk about that. Why do we have nuclear weapons? Well, our governments claim that we have to have nuclear weapons mathematically for stability, brinksmanship, John von Neumann game theory. You can't not have nukes, because if you do, it's like zero-sum games and like win-win and loss-win and win-loss and, you know, this and that and all these different outcomes in the matrices of it all, right? So it's like, you know, you can win, you can lose, you can lose, you can win, you can tie, you can do this, blah, 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 yada, yada, blah, blah, this is blah, say, blah. And it's a supercomputer, and you can compute that shit for zillions of eons. And then it's like null and void, non sequitur. It's like, right, why does that shit even exist? Like, why do we even have nuclear weapons? Imagine if we didn't, then there wouldn't be any type of whopper nuclear war games. Fucking bitches. Humans need to have nuclear weapons on Earth to protect humans from humans. It's like, right, it doesn't make sense. So that's why aliens came here. They were like, why are you fucking with nuclear weapons? You guys are stupid. But then, like, militaries are like, well, in case we have to blow up asteroids, and for other vague reasons, we need to have an arsenal of nuclear weapons on hand in the event that we need them for human survival purposes. So I think you catch my drift, get my drift, whatever the idiom is on this timeline. They're not needed, but, you know, humans claim that they are. So anyway, here are the lyrics. It goes chorus. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. I got that part right. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Oh, okay. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. And then he says, just like a light of a new day, it hit me from out of the blue. Okay, now this is weird. I'm not even going to go so far as to say this is Mandela effect shit. This is just, I don't remember any of this shit. But it goes, just like a light of a new day, it hit me from out of the blue. Oh, is this when he was hit by some, like, gamma ray or some X-ray or some, like, type of, like, alien beam technology? Breaking me out of a spell I was in, making all of my wishes come true. All right, dude. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. This is too good to be true. Looking at me falling for you. Believe it or not, 4 times. Chorus till fade. So, what I am saying to you all of you, is that as ridiculous as that sounds for any and all observers of the real world matrix, those were the times, man. Those were the fucking times. Now, I have seen, what was the Star Trek episode where they're on a planet where everyone, full disclosure, like, what's it called? Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert! By the way, if you're a fan of this show, thank you for tuning in. If you wish to support the show, the Cash App ID is provided in the description below, which is which is provided in the description below, $ AerospaceDevelopment. And any and all support, okay? Because I talked to someone who used to work at the IRS, and she was very critical of Cash App, and I explained what I know of it. She was like, well, let me tell you. And I was like, well, even though I've known you for 20 years and I've worked at DOJ, rest assured, like, many YouTubers are using Cash App. And she was like, well, and I was like, well, but any fucking who. The point is, it's a $ AerospaceDevelopment. So, locate, sense, detect, disable, deactivate all nuclear weapons on this planet. Is that so hard to ask? Is that too big of a request? Now, I get it. I've seen the movie Oblivion. And I've seen so many different fucking movies, man, involving the same shit. It's like, Battlefield Earth and like Terminator and this and that. And it's like, right, humans with nuclear atomic weapons, the end all and be all of human existence. Well, to the bane of my existence, nuclear fucking weapons, man. Do we need them? Are we justified in our possession of nuclear fucking atomic weapons? Okay, we lie about how many we have. We do. And it's like, what are they? Okay, I get it. One or two. Keep them underground. Why are there 3 or 4? Why? Okay? And why are all these countries at odds with each other? I don't like it. I mean, we're all on this planet together. I get it. You're like, Grove, because people are xenophobic. They're homophobic. They're racophobic. Humans hate other humans, and people don't like others. And I'm like, right. But do you really need nuclear weapons? Do you have children? Do you have a little boy or a little girl? Do you have a stepson or a stepdaughter? Do you have a grandmother or grandfather? Do you have a mother or father? Do you have a god niece or a god nephew? I mean, I'm just asking you, man. What if your loved one's particles, like atoms, like biomolecular makeup, were to be like rearranged and shifted into putty within a few seconds from now? You know what I mean? It's like, that's what nuclear weapons do. And it's not just putty, but it's like evaporation. And this is not funny. Someone out there's like, yeah, fuck yeah, man. Yeah, nuclear radiation, man. Nuclear fucking fire, dog. Yeah, that's what we do, motherfucker. We nuke. We have nukes that can end all life on planet Earth. Then I'm like, well, then where does your soul go? Where does your soul go when your playground has been turned into a Xenon 129 landscape like Mars? Where do you go? Does your soul go to, like, I don't know, some other fucking pleasure planet where you can play Nintendo and like Sega Genesis and Activision and ColecoVision and Intellivision, and like you can be like in the Army or Navy or Air Force, Marines, Coast Guards, work at the Pentagon, be a lawyer like Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi? Is that how it all works, man? We just erase everything like a slate. We just clean the slate, and your energy transfers to like another rock where it starts over again? No, I don't think it works like that per se. So all these people who are adamant about having nuclear atomic weapons, by the fucking goddamn way, I like the Federation of American Scientists information bulletins. I am a scientist, man, like Alexander Graham Bell. and like others. And I study and I observe and I research. And I'm just thinking, man, the days of old, like the rapper from California, Oakland Bay Area, from UC Davis with a background in economics, Paris, the rapper Paris, like the video and the rap, the days of old. I'm just saying, man, like remember when we used to get pizza and like burgers and fries and like watch E.T. and like, you know, play around with the light brights and the speaking spells, man. Whoa, those were the days. Did you ever think you would be nuclear fucking atomic stardust annihilated then? Did you ever think, I'm playing on a speaking spell. I'm watching Goonies. And what's the other movie, man? The Lost Boys. You know, did you ever think, I'm watching Firefox with Clint Eastwood. I'm in the movie theater that's so modern and so brand fucking new. And man, the smell of it all and the taste and the touch and the tactile like feelings of being in that reality. This is gonna be gone tomorrow. And when I wake up, I won't be able to fucking breathe because I'm asphyxiated by nuclear fucking sulfuric greenhouse gas fucking darkness of nuclear irradiated earth death. People can't even fucking breathe. Their lungs and spleens and gallbladders imploded and their esophagi fucking are crushed under the weight of nuclear fucking atomic weaponry. And there's no breath left. And your sons and daughters and nieces and nephews and grandmothers and grandfathers and aunts and uncles and children and relatives, they don't fucking live anymore because there's no water, there's no food. No, because everything is poisonous and toxic and fucking dead and the sky is dead. And there is no sun, moon, stars. No. And you're a fucking, you're a collapsed, ashed corpse that's turned into fucking stone on Mars. And then in the future, when some other planetary system of advanced beings are able to come and find you, they're like, oh, well, looks like a earthen surface to us. And someone's like, no, but it looks like a life form. And that advanced civilization's like, nah, not to us, it doesn't. Just looks like a heap of rubble, I mean like a natural, like land formation of the natural geometry of the terrain of the surface of Earth. Yeah, man. Yeah. The days when shit was fucking good. But you know what? You have motherfuckers who they hold to their nuclear weapons. They hold to them. Yeah. You know, people who hold to their nuclear weapons, when they get a little dose of their own weapons, and they don't function right anymore, and they don't stabilize and like walk the same way, or talk, or think, or eat, or drink, or sleep the same way, or reproduce the same way, or like, you know, live cellularly, biologically the same way because of their fucking nuclear weapons. What are you going to do with a nuclear weapon? What are you going to do? You're going to explode it into the atmosphere and kill a bunch of fish and a bunch of aquatic marine life and a bunch of seals and like octopi and like, you know, insects that like help the earth like rejuvenate. You're gonna kill off the birds and the trees and like your air supply like the rock group. Yeah, you're gonna kill that off. You're gonna kill off Africa like Toto, you know? You're gonna kill off Japan like Sticks, Mr. Roboto. Yeah, you're gonna kill off everything you love so that you live in a universe of like Blade Runner, like dystopian future where like everything is always dreary and miserable and you're flying around in a little like hover car and it rains every fucking day. And the whole kick is that you want to kill yourself by every second of the clock stroke tick because it's so suicidal tendency. Yeah, because it's all gray, battleship, gloom and doom, because there is no sun, because you blew it up pretty much. You masked out the sun with an atomic bomb. Yeah, many of them, to kill off your enemies, and in the course of doing so, you killed you off and your offspring. I know there are a lot of trigger happy people, and they hold to their nuclear weapons until they get a little taste of their own fucking weapons. Do you know how many nuclear scientists have died? Do you know how many nuclear scientists have died working on atomic weapons? Do you know how many nuclear scientists have died just being around nuclear materials so that the, quote, elites can live and eat their pate and their crepes? Yeah, their crepe. Yeah, and their escargot and their whatever delectables. Yeah, what's it all for, man? What's it all for? Yeah, we need nuclear weapons for what? For your end? For the end of your existence? What do we need nuclear weapons for? To blow up our enemies? Who are humans? Oh, wait. Hold up. We have high energy lethal lasers that can go in and surgically strike targets. Okay, so let me get this straight. You said that if it comes to some shit, you will use thermonuclear atomic weapons to kill off, I don't know, tens of millions of people, right? Okay, in a real world, what we do, we send in a little drone, little pod, right? Little craft, and it goes, and it's like, okay, you don't exist anymore. Now, who's the next person who says that he or she's going to use thermonuclear atomic weapons? Oh, you over there? All right. Hey, look away. Look away. Oh, here's a light beam. And they just get zipped up. Right? Why is there all this shit about like atomic weapons, dude, and fucking missiles and bombs and explosions and incendiary devices and like rocket explosions and this and that? Well, because a lot of humans are fucking retarded. Bottom line, baseline, just retarded. Because the reality is that if you claim that you're going to use nuclear weapons on this planet to kill off vegetation, whales, the oceans, food supplies, and shit like that, behind the scenes, there's a plan to take you out for real. It doesn't always come in the form of a drone that shows up on your doorstep or at your windowsill. But believe you me, if you're some stupid fucking piece of shit in some country, whether it be head of state, military leader, or whoever, whatever, when you say to the world, yeah, if something goes south, we're going to launch nuclear weapons and you're going to pay. What am I searching for here? You're going to, yeah. If you don't play along with us and you stop doing this, you're going to regret it. If there were to ever be a nuclear war, well, here, check this out. Your whole family's going to die before that ever happens. Because the CIA is going to kill you. Yeah, you'll develop some type of weird cancer, some shit. You know, you'll develop some type of sickness. It'll be weird. Car crash, something. You know, something. Some shit's going to happen to you. Hold on. What were you saying? You said if it came to some nuclear exchange, you were going to do what? You're going to do what? Oh, well, Our government can't kill you right away, so it's going to have to be over time. So, the world doesn't know that we did it. What? No, please keep talking. What were you saying? You're going to do what? If people don't believe your religion because you're sending terrorists over a red line and you're trying to impose your religion on the rest of the world, and if people don't play along, you're going to uncork nuclear bombs, as my IT squad back in the Puget Sound of Washington State would say to me. Grove, you do know that Saddam Hussein's going to uncork all of the nuke that he has. And I was like, well, I hear what you're saying, video game buddies. But check this out. Uday and Kusei are going to be hanged. And they're dead as fuck. Hold on. So, Saddam Hussein, with his nuclear program, let's see, he's dead, and his two fucking sons, who are rape artists, they're dead, thank God. And then Muammar, what's his name, Muammar Gaddafi, he's dead. He was a motherfucker talking about nuclear shit. Hey, Muammar Gaddafi, may you rest in fucking outer hell, piss, darkness. You piece of fucking shit. Spit on you. Pooey. Fucking piece of garbage. Yeah, who else? Somebody said they're going to do what with nuclear weapons? Well, that's what they say. And that's where nanites come in long-range programmed fucking kill operations. Don't ever threaten my country with nuclear fucking annihilation. We invest a lot of money in shit that doesn't exist in mainstream society. Yeah, we let you think that you got away and that you lived, to tell another tale, to live another day. But in the future, dude, that little unfortunate little accident, you should have never been talking about using nuclear weapons against the birds and the animals on this planet that are innocent. And they have nothing to do with you and your machinations and your malevolent malfeasance. Don't ever threaten Mother Earth. Don't ever threaten Gaia. Don't ever threaten God. Yeah, I know some of you are radical evil people who believe that people need to believe your fucking Stone Age religion, which is fake. There's a special place for you in outer hell darkness. It's a black box where you will never awake ever again. And you never get out of it because it's a digital prism and your mind energy goes there and it never comes out. I know. You want for people to believe some shit that's not real. And if they don't, you want to pretend like you're going to launch some type of attack on my country. That's why we have military black sites where we can do you a favor and rearrange your motherfucking particles.